Royal Grenada Police Force includes added security features to 2023 license disc for the inspection cycle. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report.
Have you noticed an increase or decrease in your electricity bill? You know that changes in the fuel and non-fuel rates affect your bill. You should also be aware that changes in household activities affect your bill. Ask yourself these questions. Have the rates changed? Have there been more people at your home? Have your children been on holiday? Have you used your fan or air conditioning unit more often to beat the heat? Are any of your electrical appliances or equipment faulty? Have you added any new appliances such as transformers, water heaters, or pumps? Make it a habit to understand any changes on your electricity bill. For more factors that affect your bill, visit www.grenlec.com. Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
With the details to the news for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell calls for a mindset change to boost development as the country embarks on its transformation journey in 2023. He said to move Grenada forward, every Grenadian at home and abroad must play his role in the nation's progress. However, it requires citizens to transform their thinking. During his New Year's address to the nation, the Prime Minister said all hands must be on deck in the promotion of the country's tourism product as part of advancements of community-based tourism.
Knowledge of the unique history of your town or village can help you to become a guide in your community. Talent in arts and crafts or cooking local treats also add to the Grenadian experience. These are all ways that locals can participate in community-based tourism. The beautification of our neighborhoods will also be increasingly important as we encourage visitors to explore our island and engage in unique activities. The simple act of keeping your yard tidy, trimming overhanging trees, and planting fruit trees and flowers is a way of helping to boost our tourism product. These habits also result in a healthier natural environment with long-lasting effects that include cleaner air, lower instances of mosquito-borne diseases, and a decreased risk of damages from fallen trees during the hurricane season. Encouraging our young people to get involved also provides an opportunity to reinforce positive community practices.
He said the pathway for Grenada's shared prosperity is open and accessible to every Grenadian. 2023, according to the Prime Minister, will be the year of growth and development and renewed thinking.
Our success as a country and as a people requires us to also transform our thinking. To move Grenada forward at the pace that we would like, we need every Grenadian, at home and abroad, to be a part of our nation's progress. The late American president, John F. Kennedy, is famed for the phrase, and I quote, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." End of quote. This too is the mindset that we must adopt as we strive to each do our part to uplift Grenada.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has improved the built-in features of the 2023 license disc for this inspection cycle. The Traffic Department commenced the inspection of motor vehicles as of Tuesday, January 3rd at 4 different licensing centers across the state: the National Cricket Stadium car park, Camp Raymond, Guelph Police Station, and Carriacou Police Station. Officer in charge of the Traffic Department, Inspector Randall Batiste, spoke of the features of the 2023 license disc, which will serve as a deterrent to those who attempt to remove the disc from one vehicle and place it on another upon passing inspection.
These features will test the authenticity of the decal. It will put us in a much better position to deter or to limit the opportunity for persons who have intention to steal decal or to remove decal from another vehicle to place on any other vehicle. Just by the information that is on the decal is enough to deter you, but it will be easier for us to identify and prove the offense of any fraud or stealing of the decal. So there is some additional features on the decal. There is also a security code on the decal that only we as law enforcement can retrieve the necessary information on. So we want to encourage those who have any intention of committing any breach in regards to fraud or stealing of those decals to have a different mindset, because it will be easy for us to gather the evidence that is needed to prove the offense.
Inspector Batiste also used the opportunity to remind vehicle owners of their checklist prior to arriving at any of the 4 inspection centers.
Your vehicle must be thoroughly clean, exterior and interior. And when I speak interior, persons must have the engine properly cleaned, so the inspecting officer can have a proper look to see if there is any oil leak or any oil that might be leaking from the vehicle. Also, you must ensure that your headlamps are uncolored, all your indicators are working properly, your headlamps are properly adjusted. You must ensure that the tint, whatever tint you have on your vehicle, that the inspecting officer can see clearly from the outside to the inside of every window of your vehicle. So we normally recommend 35% tint. In some extent we allow 20 based on the color of the interior of the vehicle, but we generally advise persons 35% tint. Ensure that your braking system is working properly. Ensure that your tires are not defective. Your tires have the right groove and is in good roadworthiness condition. So these are some of the things you want to ensure that your vehicle is in that state of readiness prior to coming for the inspection.
At the time of the interview, more than 90 vehicles had already been inspected at the National Stadium, 20 at Guave and 25 at Camp Raymond. Continuing the news, the National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, has connected its first customer to the distribution system in Carriacou as part of the Carriacou expansion project. The project will see the extension of the current water reticulation on the south of the island in the villages of 6 roads through to Hermitage. It will make potable water available throughout Carriacou to help increase the island's resilience to withstand periods of extended drought arising from climate change, and will also support quick recovery in the aftermath of any natural disasters like hurricanes. The system will be extended from the 100,000-gallon water storage tank at 6 roads towards the northwest through Lauriston, then on to Lester and Hermitage to the south of the island, with the installation of 10,000 feet of 4-inch and 4,000 feet of 2-inch pipes. Kendon Stanislaus from Lauriston is the first beneficiary of this project.
I know we just have a shortage of water around them periods, so what I would do is more full up my tanks and on the raining time, and when it run out on the dry time, I pull through within hours. I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely recommend it because it's a great help for us. Most of the people nowadays, we are tanks. We don't have big catchment and things like that, So it's a plus. Instead of long time days you carry a bucket pan of water on your head and them kind of thing like that. It's better off now where you could pay a little small something and get it done, get it going.
The project will also see the installation of 2,000 feet of 4-inch express force main line from the desalination plant to the Princess Royal Hospital, costing approximately $700,000 EC dollars, financed by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center, or the 5 Cs, with support from NWASA. The expansion of this network is the continuation of developmental plans for the Sister Isles. NWASA has issued another call for persons to get connected to the system. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
My name is Travon Lead, and I'm a fisherman of Guam, St. John's. Well, I've been fishing for about 7 years, since I was about 16, and my father is a fisherman, and I grew up in that. I love to fish, and that helps to feed the community of Guam. Some of the challenges I faced before, I had a smaller boat, and I used to row and fish. But now that I'm a successful applicant, I'm going to use the funds to buy a bigger boat and an engine, and that's going to benefit me and my family and to help others. It's a yes for sis.
Welcome back. Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, lands, fisheries and cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, attributes the success of the sector in 2022 to the efforts of farmers, entrepreneurs and fisherfolk. He said although the sector continues to be plagued by many challenges, farmers, agro-processors, beekeepers and others kept the industry alive with their investments and sacrifice. Government, the minister said, has placed agriculture, agro-processing and agribusiness at the top of its transformational agenda toward the development of the new economy. During his New Year message on Monday, Minister Thomas said government remains committed to provide strategic policy direction that will see the positive transformation of the agriculture sector.
This was only made possible by the hard work of our farmers, agro-processors, beekeepers, fishers, and other agribusiness entrepreneurs. We are thankful for your tremendous contribution towards our food and nutrition security and towards the socio-economic development of this nation. We are happy to have collaborated with you throughout the year and commit to supporting you in your efforts to grow and transform this important sector.
Finally, in the news, 2 road fatalities were recorded in Grenada for the first 2 days of 2023, one in the north of the island on Sunday, January 1st, and the other in the south on Monday, January 2nd. Head of the Traffic Department, Inspector Randall Batiste, says one fatality is one too many, and motorists need to understand the importance of driving at controllable speed.
And it's a really concern for us at Traffic Department and RGPF having to face with 2 fatal accidents, one on the 1st and one on the 2nd. And one fatal is way too much because this affect families, it affect a number of persons. Sometimes that person's life that has been taken can be the main breadwinner in that family, so we know how much a loss of life can contribute.
Inspector Batiste says motorists need to be mindful of the practical exams that they were taught prior to obtaining their license and put what was learned into practice.
There is a reason for you having to go through that practical test because this is the way we expect you to operate on our nation's road. If we can only get persons to follow all the good practices that was taught to them by the examiners while they was preparing to get their license, we just hope that persons can remember those things, drive within the speed limit, avoid driving under the influence of alcohol, avoid any form of distraction while driving, avoid the use of cell phones while driving, and we just want to see the motoring public apply those principles, and I believe if that happens, we will see a reduction as to the number of accidents on our roads.
That story just ended the National Report for Tuesday, January 3rd, recapping the top story. Royal Grenada Police Force includes added security features to 2023 license disc for the inspection cycle. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.